Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on this Expert Circle video about understanding taxonomies. I'm Monica, I'm the Senior Director of Product Marketing at Kontent.ai, and I'm so excited to be joined by Samina. Samina, will you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi everyone. So I'm Samina and I'm the content developer for the customer education team at Kontent.ai.
Yeah, let's get into this. So today we'll look at what taxonomies actually are in your content management system and how can you use them. Then Samina is going to give us a practical example showcase so you can really get into and understand the value by seeing it in action. And then we'll close today with 3 tips to be successful, so short and sweet. First and foremost, what are taxonomies even? You've probably heard this term in, I don't know, your science class maybe, but there are other places where taxonomies can be useful. So from basic level, taxonomies are these organized category systems. So they can help you tag and sort your content consistently across your CMS. So it makes it easier to find, filter, and even automatically recommend related content to users. So a lot of our customers at Kontent.ai have huge content repositories and they're dealing with many content items, and it can be a real pain to find things, to use things, to understand relationships between items if you don't have taxonomies in place. So think of it as just a way to keep things really super organized, especially in a system where content items are constantly added. What's great about taxonomies in Kontent.ai is they actually can be applied to both content items. So you can categorize topics, audiences, content types, but we also use taxonomies for digital assets. So some great ways to use those are to think about, purpose. How should I use that asset? What's the style? Or a big one is usage rights, what are some copyright things I should know about. So it's also kind of this nice governance piece or guidelines for people who are going in and using these digital assets. A great benefit of taxonomies as well is that you're not duplicating content just because you can't find something. So it allows for not only search but also discovery of what's existing and what your possibilities are. So that's a crash course in taxonomies. And now I'm going to look at examples of taxonomy usage, just so you can further think about how you could probably use it in your own CMS and in your own company setup. So I've chosen 3. One of them is product categories. So electronics, to phones, iPhone 16. Content topics, this is a big one for me working in marketing. So marketing, social media content, Instagram, and then tips for Instagram. And lastly, audience types. This is also important if you want to make sure you're serving the right content and recommending the right content for the right people. So industry, healthcare, doctors, specialists. So this is just sort of inspiration to get you started thinking about the possibilities of taxonomy. There's no rigid approach. This is how you must use it. It's really just a new way to think about building relationships between what's existing in your content management system. So now that I've given you the crash course, I'm so excited to pass the baton over to Samina, who's going to show us an example and give us that really practical look at the value of taxonomies. So Samina, take it away.
All right. So I'll explain that for this example, we're going to show you how to use taxonomies in Kontent.ai for efficient content management using a healthcare organization called Ficto Health. In this example, we will explore how they can publish different medical topics together as campaigns. So in this live demonstration, we'll see how taxonomies can help with that. So here we can see Ficto Health's content inventory, where you can see a lot of these articles cover very different topics like pediatric care, women's heart health, preventive care, mental health, nutrition, and so forth. That variety, even though it's great to group content as part of the specific subject, but this is why another taxonomy is needed to help coordinate content releases. So let's head over to taxonomies under content model. And here we can see that Ficto Health already uses a taxonomy for topics, as we just saw evidently there how they group their content using specific subjects. So let's have a brief look at the topics and see what kind of topics are there under this topics taxonomy group name. And here we can see content for medical specialties like cardiology, neurology, healthcare technology like telemedicine, AI in healthcare, and then comes the wellness. So a variety of topics is covered here already, but this does not really help with coordinating campaign releases. So we're going to create a new taxonomy for that. So we can create new. Let's call this content release. And we want some terms there to coordinate, let's say, monthly campaigns or year-end campaigns, or anything that really fits within the needs of the content team. So let's create a new term. Let's call this September 2025 content. October 2025 update. November Health Initiative. Year and 2025 content. So here's these sample terms that I've used here. We can even add more if I want to, or if I'm not happy with what I've chosen here, then I can edit by clicking the edit button here. Or if I'm happy with my choice, then I can just cancel or confirm it. And if I'm not happy with my taxonomy term, I can remove it. So let's keep it confirmed for now and save those changes. All right, now this taxonomy group is ready to be used, but there's one more step here, or well, a bit more, couple of steps to go, but we're getting there. So we'll head over to content types. And since we're using articles to publish the content, we'll head over there. And here we have the metadata content group. And we can include a taxonomy here for the content release. We can already see a taxonomy group for topics. So let's support that. We'll call this content release. And we'll select the new taxonomy group we've created. We can also choose exact a limitation here. So let's say keep it exactly one term and save. So now that my taxonomy group is ready and it's already included in my article content type, let's put it to use. So we'll head over to the content, and I'm going to select some articles that I want to release for September. So let's, for example, go for telemedicine and head over to metadata. I'll select this September 2025 content, and I'm going to select a few more articles that I want to publish for September. Like mental health, nutrition and immunity, then AI for sure. Let's say staying active after 50. Okay, so we have selected a handful of articles. Now, this is where taxonomies really shine here. If I go to filters, we can already see that there's a filter to use taxonomy terms to group the content or define the content that you exactly need and perform later actions with it. So I'm going to select the specific term that I use to group the specific articles that will go for September. So September 2025 content, and I can see 5 articles that I want to publish without having to look for specific like per topic or like manually searching into the content. With the filters using the taxonomy term, I get what I need. And when I select all of them, I can do more actions with this. So currently the Ficto Health has an approval process here in their workflows. So their workflow goes from draft to review, then to publish. So let's say that I want to send this to review to the content team to review and see if everything is okay and good to go. So let's change the workflow step. I'll change it to review. I'll select me since this is for the demonstration. Then change the workflow step. All right, Now, if I hear back that everything is okay, the review went well, and they're all ready for publishing, let's do the bulk publishing. So select all of these again, then head over to publish. Now, with the publish, you can choose to publish now, or you can schedule to publish later. It's all up to you. You can coordinate releases. That's according to what's needed for your organizational needs. So let's select a date. Let's say I want to publish this around 25th of September in the morning. And then I'll click done. I'll schedule the publish. And there you go. With the taxonomies, you can see how they can really help with your content management. With having this content release as an example that helps to drive the campaign. Well, we saw that there are topic taxonomies there, but having this additional taxonomy as a support can really help to hunt the related content, which you can filter by, and for any specific releases, and manage the whole drop in a few clicks. And that's it for the short demo.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Samina. I really liked to see that there are many different types of relationships that content can have. One is that topical look, which is informational, but this is really actionable in terms of you have to do some things, you want to save time, you want to bulk publish, for example. So there are really many different ways that taxonomies can be used depending on what you need to do. If you want to be more efficient, or if you need some governance, or if you want to make sure people can navigate a repository where there are many different users with many different ways of thinking about content. So I really appreciate the demo. And we're going to close today with just a few short tips. So as we talked about already, the value prop around taxonomies, it's really incredible what can be done to support your unique organization, your unique content project setup. It's really up to you how you want to leverage taxonomies. But as we mentioned earlier, this is really what you'll get out of a taxonomy system that works for you. You're going to be able to improve your content discoverability. So you can use one term to group, filter, find content items and assets that have a common property. Secondly, this is a huge one for me. I'm an advocate of not creating duplicated content and having that content bloat. This can be incredibly frustrating for content creators going into their project and deciding, should I create something new? I can't find it. I thought we had it. Do we have something? Do we not have something? So you can check what's already available for reuse before creating something new. And that's not only saving time and being more efficient, but if you have to go in and update that piece of content later, you're not suddenly realizing, oh, I have 15 versions of this, or that's a lot. But if you have so many versions of something that you have to update, it can be frustrating to see how are we going to keep this consistent over time if we're having to make sure that we've caught every instance of something. So that create once, publish everywhere approach that we love so much about headless CMS is also supported by a great taxonomy system. And last but not least, increasing your content quality and your engagement. So serving audiences dynamic content, such as related articles or products they may be interested in. So this is one of those use cases where you want to be more creative with your taxonomies. What are the different relationships that your audiences may be looking for and want to be served additional content related to that? So it gives you a new perspective on what's your content and what's available there. So hopefully you learned a little bit about taxonomies and you got a great look into how it's actually done in the platform with Samina. We're so glad you could join us today on this video, and have a great one.